Welcome everybody to the Wessex Resin stand once again, and we're very, very privileged to be in the company with Simon Maguire. If any of you are following the top end of kind of Grand Prix sailing, yeah, in the dinghy side, you might know about Simon and his company. Simon Maguire Boats. They build the Exocet Moth, which is probably the winningest moth that's currently out there. Simon's listing top positions in the last 3 World Championships, including wins. And Simon's worked in conjunction with Kevin Elway with design and construction of things like foils, which are hyper-critical to this type of construction, but also with our own company, with our ProSet, which is our composite epoxy. So I'd just like to ask Simon a couple of questions about history and really good things. Tell us a little bit about the company, Simon.
Thanks, David. So Maguire Boats is 10 years old this month, actually. So yeah, we had a bit of a celebration for that. But before Maguire Boats, I was working with similar dinghies, actually still using your product earlier than 10 years ago, building international 14s, many foils and many different types of small boats, mostly racing dinghies, but have also built 140-foot racing yachts as well. So yeah, kind of gained my experience and then put it all together in Maguire Boats 10 years ago, and here we are now. So.
I'm always fascinated, Simon, when I visit you, and I kind of always ask the question, you're a little bit kind of vague, is what's the all-up weight of the Exocet?
Yeah, I mean, it's quite a common question. Moths originally were around 30 kilos. I would say maybe they're a little bit more than that now. We're probably 35 kilos, but that's 35 kilos for a boat rigged, ready to go sailing. So on top of that, just add the weight of the sailor, and then that's it, ready to go racing.
That's a pretty effective power to weight ratio. Some of the methods that you're using are really top end. So you're using vacuum consolidation, some vacuum infusion. This produces really exquisite parts, and I think after this conversation, if any of you want to come and have a look at some of the components that Simon's been making, like the rudder foil, these are incredible pieces of carbon composite construction. What about your customers? Tell us a bit about the customers, because that's always interesting. What kind of area of yachting are they coming from?
Yeah, I mean, for us, we obviously sell boats to end users, so they may be anything from, triple Olympic gold medalists to current America's Cup sailors, right down to, your average weekend club sailor. So for us, we kind of cater for kind of a wide customer base, but for us, the product doesn't change. We don't build a special product for, your Paul Goodison or your Tom Slingsby like they have in the last batch of boats. For us, the quality needs to be, consistently high for all of these, whoever the customer is. So for us, that kind of has probably enabled us to have the waiting list and the customer base that we've actually, ended up with. So.
I know you pretty well, Simon. I know you love working on the tools. Yeah, still. I'm very much the same. What's the most fascinating part of the build for you?
It's funny, I was thinking about that when you were asking the same question earlier. For me, I still really love, building, developing, testing, trying to make this part a little bit thinner or a little bit stiffer. And then ultimately going to the events. We were at the National Championships last week, which I held in Weymouth. Meeting the customers. They come off the water. They come and tell you that they, had a great sail, or their new foil was, super quick. Direct feedback, really. So for us, well, for me and the team, it's that's kind of what keeps us going, really. So.
I have to say, and I keep saying it to you, that I've got to try all this before I die. And I think you've offered to take me out for a sail once or twice, but I'm guessing that there's an immense amount of sensory feedback from the most important part, the foils.
Yeah, I mean, apart from the hull of the rig, the foils are a key part of the boat. You know, for us, we're constantly trying to make them stiffer or lighter or thinner or you know, behave in a different way, which, you know, everything is driven towards performance. So performance around the race course, top speed, you know, takeoff speed, all of these things are kind of directly linked to the foils and the foil design and foil construction. So, yeah.
I understood that glide is an important thing for tacks and jibes.
Yeah, that's right. So this is our rudder foil here. You'll see it's quite high aspect. The main foil, you have two foils on the Moth. You have a kind of rudder foil, vertical and horizontal, and you have a main foil, vertical and horizontal. So the horizontal are the lifting foils. To enable good glide, you want high aspect. High aspect comes with construction problems. So high aspect is, you know, long, thin, you know, tricky to engineer sections. So that's, you know, does give us a real challenge. So.
I know that you've got the Worlds out in Perth, isn't it? In Australia later on this year. But after that, do you have any little secrets or areas of development you can share with us?
Yeah, it's a trick question. For us, we're always pushing forward. So Worlds in Perth, December this year. And then the big one for us will be Weymouth next year. So in a year's time, we're going to have the Moth Worlds in Weymouth in the UK, which is going to be a, you know, huge event. Potentially 200 boats if they let 200 people enter. You know, maybe we'll have 75, 80 of our boats racing there. So it's going to be a real, you know, it's going to be a real special event. And for us, you know, we just keep developing. There's stuff going on in the background which we can't really talk about, but we're always striving to develop a, you know, a quicker, more user-friendly boat. So, yeah.
Honestly, it wasn't a trick question. Well, it was a trick question. I've got to put this in. I mean, for me personally and for the company, it's been a fantastic collaboration with you and what you're doing over the years. You know, what kind of important part is that collaboration to you?
Yeah, I mean, as I mentioned, I personally used ProSat before I even set Maguire Boats up, so I had a good understanding of it. You know, I met yourself before Maguire Boats as well. So I think the relationship's really grown as the business has grown. So I think I came to you and said, I think we need to start some Infusion, David, and we'd never done any Infusion in any significant Infusion projects, and you came in and gave us a real kind of how-to, and then the learning kind of starts, doesn't it? So we developed some test panels. I think you came in for a day or so, showed us what we were doing wrong, and then we kind of made some more test panels and just developed and developed. And now the Infusion side and the Infusion resins are key components to these foil elements. They improve the quality of them, improve the stiffness of them. We can now make them more reliably, more consistently. It's just, it just is a much better product. So, yeah.
That's really quite amusing because Simon always says to me, David's coming in, he must have a few more golden gems, and the golden gems are getting smaller and smaller. Where can all these lovely people in the audience find out more about Maguire Boats and the Exocet?
Yes, there's information on our website, or if you follow us on Facebook, you'll see kind of latest goings on, or latest championship results, hopefully, good results, but on Facebook. So.
That's great. I think, as I understand it, you have a lot of America's Cup crew that are using your boats simply for kind of practice coaching. Is that true?
Yeah, I mean, some of the teams actually use them as part of their program. So there's quite a lot of cup sailors and cup sailing going on in Calgary. And in the evenings, the guys get together and they always use it as a kind of a tool to unwind. But secretly, they're testing and sailing against each other at the end of the day. And so other skippers or other cup sailors use our boats as part of their almost their professional program as well. to be seen to be selling Moth is is really good for their profile, and it keeps them learning basically. So yeah.
Where can the audience find out more about the Worlds? Online?
UK Worlds. Follow the UK Facebook Moth Facebook page, and there's a Worlds page for the up and coming Australia Worlds. So.
I'd encourage anybody to watch this because I've been lucky enough to be on the back of the committee boat at the start for these kind of events, and they are sensational, honestly. So just like to round that up by saying a great thank you to Simon. It's been a real privilege for you to be here. If anybody would like any more information about our products and about Simon's products, everything is freely available online through Facebook, through Instagram, through our YouTube channel as well. In fact, a lot of these interviews from today will be posted on our YouTube channel later on in the week. So many, many thanks, Simon.